Ardelia, I can confidently say, is the best unit of this game. A generic support able to buff literally any team in this game, and this video will help you get the most value out of her by letting you know how to build her with best gears, weapons, how to optimally use her and many more. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting with her kit. She has a 4-hit basic attack combo with a final strike, just like any character. Ardelia's combo skill is very crucial for her kit. When the on-field character triggers final strike on an enemy that is not inflicted with any inflictions or vulnerability, Ardelia's combo skill is triggered. In her combo skill, she deals damage and inflicts corrosion on enemies. It has a cooldown of 17 seconds. The corrosion status is very important for Ardelia's kit. The only other way to apply is by combining any non-nature infliction with nature infliction. On using her battle skill, Ardelia consumes a corrosion and applies physical and arts susceptibility on the enemy, which lasts for 30 seconds. Enemies with this debuff take 20% more damage. On using the ultimate, Ardelia summons multiple woolies for 3 seconds that deal damage. Her combat talent allows her to summon woolies on field after hitting the enemy with battle skill and 10% chance to create them with ultimate. On touching this woolie, Ardelia will heal the character. If the on-field character is at max HP, then the healing will go to the teammate with lowest HP. The second combat talent makes her automatically cast the battle skill again when the conditions are met. After consuming corrosion by using her battle skill normally, if another enemy still has corrosion, Ardelia will retarget them and perform a follow-up battle skill in order to consume their corrosion as well. This effect doesn't consume SP, but can only happen once per battle skill. This is really good for applying the susceptibility debuff against 2 enemies. The other talent increases her efficiency when assigned to reception room, nothing related to combat. For her talent priority, you only need to level the battle skill to increase her susceptibility and don't really need to level any of the other talents, as she can perfectly support the team without any investments. Her healing comes from the combat talents, so just make sure to unlock them. But if you want some damage out of her, you can level the combo skill, ultimate and basic attacks in this order. Moving on to her weapons. The best weapon for Ardelia in Art's team is fortunately free, which we will get from the sign-in event. And it is a signature weapon, Dreams of the Starry Beach. This weapon gives her intellect, which is the main stat of Ardelia, and increases the treatment bonus. The passive gives a secondary attribute boost which increases will for Ardelia, and this is good cause will increases her healing. Additionally, on consuming corrosion, the enemy takes 16% more arts damage for 25 seconds. Sadly, this weapon does nothing for physical teams. For physical teams, the best weapon to use will be the Stanza of Memorials. The main effect is that it gives up to 22.4% attack at max potential to characters that are different element from Ardelia on using an ultimate. That is for any non-nature characters. These are the only 2 weapons you should be using on Ardelia. Since you are going to get these 2 weapons for free anyways, just use her with any weapon you have till you get them. Moving on to her gears. The best gear set for Ardelia is Eternal Ziranit. It increases her HP by 1000, and when she triggers a susceptibility debuff from her battle skill, the whole team gets 16% attack for 15 seconds. For the pieces, I recommend using the Eternal Ziranit armor, Eternal Ziranit gloves T1 as it provides intellect and will. For the kit piece, you can use Eternal Ziranit auxiliary arm for both slots to get her ultimate fast, which also synergizes with the Stanza of Memorial weapon. Or use the Eternal Ziranit Power Core T1 for more healing. Since it is a late game set, most of us won't have access to it. In the mid game, you can use the Catastrophe set as placeholder, as it gives ultimate gain efficiency and SP recovery till you can farm the better set. Moving on to her team comps. Ardelia can fit into any team and it is no joke. If you are a Wuthering Waves player, you can think of her as Varina. She is able to maintain the susceptibility debuff on enemies constantly, making her the best flex unit for Arts team as well as physical team. She can provide healing and provide more generic buffs from her weapon and sets, making her very versatile. Here are some of the team examples. Moving on to our rotations. Just a small note, if you are enjoying this video so far, it would be really helpful if you could like the video, share it and leave a comment below to support my channel. Thank you. In order to maintain her buff, you need to trigger her combo skill and battle skill. So when the battle starts, make sure to cast the basic attack combo of the on-field character to trigger their final strike, which will allow you to do her combo skill and apply corrosion. Then use the battle skill. One thing to note is that it takes some time for the corrosion to appear on enemies, so wait till it gets applied and then use the battle skill. Use the ultimate whenever it is ready or plan it in a rotation to keep the stanza of Memorial's weapon effect active. Try to refresh this buff when the combo skill cooldown ends, that is every 17 seconds if possible, as the gear set buff only lasts for 15 seconds. At the minimum, try to refresh it every 30 seconds. Here's an example rotation. Let's assume my Ardelia is equipped with the Eternal Ziranite set and she is using the stanza of Memorial's weapon in this physical team. Here I start with Pogranichnik's basic attack combo, casting the final strike on an enemy without inflictions to trigger Ardelia's combo skill. Use the ultimate if it is ready or wait for the corrosion to appear on the enemy and use the battle skill. Then I proceed with the team rotation. For more details on this team's rotation, you can check out my complete Pogranichnik guide. After the first rotation ends, by now Ardelia's gear buff is expired. I refresh Ardelia's buff in a similar manner. If you are not using the gear set yet, you can refresh her buffs every 30 seconds. You can do some optimizations with Ardelia. The corrosion debuff on enemies itself reduces the resistance of enemies. So if you manage to get a combo skill cast of Ardelia before her buffs expire, try to maintain the corrosion debuff as long as possible. The corrosion debuff lasts for 7 seconds and when it is about to expire, consume it with Ardelia's battle skill to get more team damage. Teams that can apply both Arts Infliction and Nature Infliction, for example a team like this, can apply corrosion on enemies with their inflictions, making it easy to maintain Ardelia's buffs. Moving on to her potentials. Despite being a standard banner character, Ardelia does have some really good potentials. The very first potential of her is pretty amazing. It straight up increases her susceptibility debuff by 8%. The second potential makes her healings better by sharing half of them with the teammate that has the lowest HP. Third potential basically increases the ultimate duration by a second and increases the chance to create the woolies, giving you more healing. The fourth one reduces her ultimate cost to 77. And lastly, the fifth one reduces the cooldown of her combo skill by 2 seconds, increases its damage multipliers, and further increases the corrosion duration by 4 seconds, increasing it to 11 seconds, which can potentially be a nice bonus if you can optimize it. So overall, Ardelia unarguably is the best unit in this game currently due to her versatility across all teams regardless of the element. She applies 20% susceptibility debuff on enemies, grants more buffs from her weapon, gear sets, and on top of this she provides healing, making her a long-term support that will stay in the meta for a long while. She doesn't need high investments to perform well, and the best part is that she is free along with her weapon. However, she does have some downside, like re-triggering her buffs can be difficult in teams that have lingering inflictions, as it won't allow her to use the combat skill, which is her only way of applying corrosion. Let me know in the comments which guide you want to see next. Make sure to check out the playlist here for guides on characters. Join my Discord server to hang out with the community and for occasional giveaways. Subscribe to my channel for more Arknights Endfield videos. Thanks for watching.